Start today by lying down and elevating the head, so either with pillows or a block. So the height of a block is going to be perfect. So basically the head will just be a little higher than the neck. And then you'll have the feet planted. They can be wider than hips distance apart. And then bring the knees together. And we'll start by connecting to the body by bringing hand to chest, other hand to belly. Like left hand to the chest so I can get a little closer to the heart. And this is a posture that helps facilitate relaxation. It's good for headaches. So the legs are supporting each other by knees touching. The hands, which are sensitive parts of our bodies, the hands are becoming more in touch with what's happening in the trunk. Noticing the rhythms of the breath, the rhythms of the heart. So let's just practice that awareness by paying attention to these rhythms. Noticing the fluctuations of the body. Behind that, noticing there's an awareness, and that awareness itself is constant. It may change what it's focused on, but it's always aware, it's always there. So becoming aware of that awareness, even as you pay attention to these rhythms of the body. And as you're here, maybe even deepening the breath and now inserting some action, bringing your willpower in. Letting every inhalation grow. Letting every exhalation grow to the same size in depth and quality and length. Maybe that deeper breath for you is victorious breath, Ujjayi pranayama, so you can activate that. Now we'll bring in an intention for your practice today. So identify what you would like from this practice. Maybe it's on the physical level, the emotional level, or the mental, which is connected to the emotional. But just focus on what is it that you're here for? Is it to open up a part of the body? Is it to feel calmer? Is it to be able to move through the evening and the rest of the week with equanimity? Is it to just quiet down, release pressure from the day? Whatever it is, notice it, and let's honor that today. Now let's clear the breath, breathing in through the nose. Release out through the mouth. Maybe once or twice more. And we'll start to now move the body. So let's just take the knees and disconnect them, but keep the feet planted. And just rock the knees side to side. So taking them to one side and then over the other. You can keep hands where they are for now. And once you bring the feet to center, remove the platform from underneath the head so we can get the back of the head on the mat now. And we'll open the arms to a T and then continue again with the motion of the legs, keeping the feet connected to the mat, just drawing knees to one side and over to the other. Now start to incorporate the movement of the head. Maybe head goes in the opposite direction of the knees, or you might experiment and take the head to the same direction as the knees. And then we'll bring the feet back to center, drawing the knees into the chest. Hands around the shins or maybe the knees. Start to rock a little side to side. Knees can be close to each other or far apart. What we're going to do now is take this roll all the way to one side. So we roll all the way to the right and then come to center and roll all the way to the left. So coming all the way to the upper arm and resting there just for a moment and coming back to center. And just noticing as you're here, what has to activate in order for you to come back to center, what has to deactivate so you can relax on the side. And we'll go through a few more times. You might let yourself get playful here. And we're going to end up on the left side now. So all the way on the left side, this is where we'll stay for a moment. But let's move the left arm so we can pillow the head with the left arm. And then let's take both of the knees to face forward. So we'll straighten up the thighs so that they match up with the trunk. And then let's actually straighten the legs all the way. So just being here, we can root the right hand down so that we can stay on this left side body. Now what we're going to do is lift the right leg upwards and hold the left or the right hand with the right leg with the right hand. And then see, you're going to have to put a little effort in balancing here if you're holding the head with the upper arm. If you feel like you need to anchor down another way, feel free. But then let's see if we can grasp the big toe with the peace fingers. So it's a little early to be stretching the calf and the hamstrings. I would just want to notice and be aware of what we're working with. One more deep breath. And then we'll be releasing the foot, bringing the right hand down. Going to bring the left knee to the in front here, over to the left side of the mat, so that we can have a bit of a better anchor. And then bring right hand to right foot and hold the right foot in towards the glute. Sending the right knee forward, pulling the pelvis in for a moment, and then just relaxing that. And just keep drawing this right foot in as best as you can. Now check in with the right shoulder and just take that right shoulder back. So I can feel with my left hand around the shoulder blade. So you might be able to feel that, and just notice as you draw that right shoulder blade in, feel the muscle there. See if you could keep the shoulder blade drawing inward, that right shoulder pulling back. The right knee facing forward. Now don't take that right knee too high. We want to keep the knee low and level with the hip so that we can stretch the quadriceps. Take one more deep breath. And then we'll release the leg, right knee on top of left. Just pause here for a moment. Take a couple deep breaths. Let the right leg get heavy. And now we're going to come into center again. So you might bring the knees up and hold the knees, and then rock all the way to the right side. And you'll just be where you are. I'm going to switch directions so that I'm still facing you. So we have the right arm underneath the head to support the neck. And we're going to straighten the legs to start. Find that balance. Use the left hand to help anchor for now. And then when you're ready, we'll start to lift that left leg straight upwards. Now if it's too difficult to grasp the toe, then just stay right here. If you can grasp the toe, go for it. A couple more breaths. And release the left leg all the way down. Okay, we're going to bring the knees forward in front of the hips, and then grasp the left foot with the left hand. Take that left knee forward. So straightening that left thigh to match the trunk. Knee forward, and then we'll check in with the shoulder. Maybe even exaggerate the forward motion of the shoulder, and then pull it back. And this is where maybe your right hand can feel the back muscles. So keep the hand there and maybe experiment with that for a moment or two. And then continue to pull left shoulder in as you pull the pelvis in. And then relax the pelvis. And just keep drawing the foot in. We'll take 4 or 5 deep breaths. Keep the knee low. release. Left knee on top of right. Can draw the knees up, hands to the knees, and come back to center. And we're going to switch over to a table posture. So let's rock up and then find your way to hands and knees. And once we're here, let's move through cat-cow. The wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, belly relaxing. Head lifting, tailbone lifting. Exhale, belly engaging, head, tailbone down. Just now moving to the pace of your deepest breath possible. Now let's meet in cat posture. So we'll pull the belly up, send the head and the tailbone down, rounding the back, rise up to the fingertips, really draw the belly in. So on the inhalation, you might relax a little bit. On the exhalation, put effort into the belly, pull in. Let's do this 3 more times. Staying in cat as you inhale. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, empty out completely, pull the belly up. And now we'll release, hands down to come into a heart chakra posture. So we'll slide the hands all the way forward until the forehead comes down to the mat. The knees can stay under the hips, or you might separate the knees a little bit. Want to get the forehead down and rest the neck. So if it doesn't come down easily to the mat, you'll use a block or a prop to bring to underneath the forehead. Stretching the arms with the arms straight, the forearms lifted, the palms down, fingers spread wide. Every exhalation, send the heart downward towards the mat. Feel the length of the belly, the extension of the back. Now before we rise out of this, lift the feet and just move the feet around, maybe in circles. Set the feet back down and then take 2 deep breaths here as you again relax and lower the heart. And we'll inhale, rise up to table. All right, from here, let's lift the right leg behind and then step the right foot forward. So we will come into standing posture. So right foot forward, left knee down. Let's start with this low lunge. Take the arms, lift the trunk, take the arms upwards. Now changing the position of the head is going to take a moment for us to adjust. And then begin to sink forward into the right knee. So heel toe the right foot forward so that you can relax into the lunge. Till you get to the point where right knee is over right ankle. And lift the heart. Maybe send the head slightly back, looking upwards. Let's take one more deep breath. And then we'll lower the hands down around the right foot. Roll over the back toes. Let's keep that back heel lifted and rise up into a high lunge. So arms come right back up. Now we'll turn this into a warrior bee. So we'll begin to pivot the left heel down as the left toes face the side of the mat and arms come to a T. Check in with right knee, it's over right ankle. If you look down at the right foot, you should be able to see the big toe. If not, that knee needs to be pressed outward. Let's rotate the shoulders a few times here. So, let's make some big circles with the arms. Loosening up here around the shoulders. We can have some air under the elbows, so like that little bit of a bending motion. And then we'll reverse into the other direction. Okay, now we'll release the arms down. So still lunging into the right knee. Begin to inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And then exhale, bring the arms all the way down, reversing that circle. Continue, let's say about 5 or 6 more of these. Inhaling, arms up. As you stand firmly in the legs and the feet, and then exhaling down. At the pace of your breath, continue. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and bring the arms to a T and take 3 deep breaths in a warrior bee. Just breathing into the intensity of the right leg. We're intentionally bringing the sensation in and being aware of it. Now we'll be reversing out of this. So let's go ahead and lift the back heel, face forward again, bring the arms up into that high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down around the right foot, left knee comes down. Rise back up into a low lunge. And sink forward into this right knee. 3 more deep breaths. And exhale, hands down around the right foot. Lift that left knee, bring it slightly forward so it's underneath the hips, the left hip. Hands down, lift the right leg up and behind. Okay, noticing the glute was very active, supporting the body and standing. Let's hold for 3 breaths. And we'll come into a pigeon. Bring the right knee to right hand, left leg slides back. Rock a little bit side to side. Give yourself a moment here to adjust. And then when you're ready, begin to fold. So we're going to look for support for the neck. So, it's important that we don't unnecessarily spend energy. And that's a very big part of the overall yoga practices. How are we spending our energy? And are we spending it unnecessarily in certain areas? And can we minimize that or even do away with it altogether so that we could be focused in the areas that matter? So in terms of the body, the area that matters right now is the right hip, the glute. And this is starting to be quite intense in the beginning. As we breathe deeply, we might start to sense some opening.
Focus your energy on relaxing the right hip. Let's take a few more breaths.
Okay, so we're going to start to rise, and let's come to hands and left knee and take this right leg and move it around. So if you'd like, you can move this in from a table posture or from a downward facing dog. And then we're going to start to focus on the right thigh again. So we'll straighten that right leg up in a table posture, left knee down, right leg risen behind, and then bend the right foot. Now bring the weight into the right hand and see if you can take left hand to left foot and draw the heel in towards the bottom. Now the shoulder, left shoulder, let that droop down for a moment, and then lift the shoulder, so against gravity, shoulder back. Now you might pull, or actually push, the right foot into the left hand. So the right leg, or the right glute is still slightly fatigued here, and we're going to work on it again. But let's take 3 deep breaths. And release. Left hand comes down, right knee down. We're going to come to seated. This is a long sequence. I hope I remember it. Come down to seated. And now we're going to come into a cow face posture. If it's too intense, however, you'll do it differently. So let's just see if we can have left knee towards the center, kind of in line with the navel, and then right knee on top of it. And just see if that works, and if it doesn't work, you can kind of go halfway and have knees pointing off to angles. Or you can just keep right ankle in front of left shin. Then from here, we'll take the left arm upwards. So we have right knee on top, so left arm up. And then maybe take right hand behind and find a bind behind the back, fingers interlocking. If that's not possible, it's very difficult, requires a lot of flexibility. Then we'll have fingers to left elbow. We've been here before. Now we can drop the chin down and then pick the chin up and press the back of the head into the arms. Draw the chin in slightly here, so we're also strengthening the back of the neck. Opening the tricep, working on the hips. 2 even breaths. It's been a while since we've been in this posture. And then we'll go ahead and release the arms and lower them down as you release the head, chin to chest, and then begin to round the back and just let go here. And maybe you can find a platform for the forehead to rest.
We'll take a few more deep breaths here. This is something you can also do from reclining. So if you feel like you want to stack knees and it's easier for you in reclining, then, I probably should have said that a little earlier, but you'll know for the other side. And we'll start to rise upwards.
And then we'll unwind the legs so we could start working on the other side. So we'll take that right leg and find both knees on the mat. And we're starting with the table posture. So let's lift the left leg behind. So we started with some lunges. So left leg lifts up behind, and then we'll plant the left foot between the hands. So we'll just keep the foot and the knee where they are. Rise up. Bring the trunk up. Take the arms up. So we see we have the weight equally distributed between left foot and right knee. Now we're going to let ourselves separate the knee and the foot so that we can sink into the left knee. Left knee over left ankle. Good spot. Whenever we're in these lunges, it's a tendency for us to jut the chin forward just because that's what we're doing for most of the day. So we want to counter that and bring the chin in slightly and feel the length of the neck. When you do this, you'll feel some lightness here in the neck and the upper spine. Oh, a couple more deep breaths. Okay, from here we'll bring hands down around the left foot. Roll over the back toes. So that's a low lunge. Once we roll over the back toes and the back heel is lifted, left knee stays over left ankle, we'll start to rise to a high lunge. And then we're turning this into warrior B. So we pivot right foot to face right side of the mat, hips, shoulders face now to the right. Arms come to a T, looking past the left fingertips. And then we'll start again with those circles. So maybe you're rotating inwardly or outwardly. We'll just go nice and big motion while you stay firmly rooted in the feet and in the lunging legs, your foundation. Rotate the other way. And we'll bring the arms to a T and pause here as you look down. Make sure you can see left big toe. Stretching the hands away from each other. Gazing past the left fingers. Now we'll be reversing out of this. So we'll go ahead and lift the back heel as you shift to face forward again. Take both of the arms up. Once we're here, 3 deep breaths. Hands down around the left foot. Bring the right knee down. We've got the knee and the left foot separated. So we'll go ahead and rise up, arms to a T, lots of sensation in the left glutes. That whole system, working on that. We're working on the front of the leg as well. Say 1 or 2 more breaths left. And we'll bring the hands down. Lift the right knee so you can bring it forward underneath the right hip. Palms down. Take the left leg up and behind. And then right from here, we'll come into pigeon. So left knee to left hand, right leg slides back. Maybe a little swaying first. And then we'll lower down. We were here about 2 minutes before. So keeping your awareness on the area that you're feeling. The area that's probably really, because it's almost like you can't help it. There's so much sensation that you have to pay attention to it. So letting your attention stay with it. Maybe about 5 more breaths. Just letting yourself be with the discomfort and embracing it. Okay, we'll start to come out of this. Then we'll have hands come down. Roll over the back toes, bring that right knee slightly forward so it's under the hip. Move that left leg around, either table or downward facing dog, finding those circles. And then we'll extend this left leg behind, right knee down, palms planted firmly. So we want to have these arms straight so we have a strong foundation for balance. Take the weight to the left hand and then bending that left knee, right hand finds left foot. You could pull the heel in first. Feel the quadriceps stretching again. This is requiring some balance, concentration here. We have to activate and deactivate properly to be able to balance. It's really, I just see it, it's just a game of activation and deactivation. Then we'll press this left foot into the right hand and take the right shoulder, send it forward first, and then let it be pulled back. One more breath. And release. Knee and hand come down. And then we'll come to seated. So cross the ankles. Come to your seat. So if you want to recline for cow face posture, you can. Otherwise, we'll have either left ankle in front of the shin or right knee centered and on the mat, and then left knee centered and on the mat, or close enough. So as you get the knees closer together in this way, you'll be stretching both sides, but the left side a little bit more than the right. Okay, so then we'll take right arm up, bend the arm. Maybe even if you just want to test and see how far does the hand go behind the back, And can the fingers interlock or not? Then we'll have left fingers to right elbow if not. Now we'll drop the chin down and see there's much less going on in the tricep. Pick up the head and draw the chin in. Let the head push into the arms. Two more deep breaths. Keep the spine nice and tall. And we'll release the arms. And then from here, we'll lower all the way down. And just let the arms relax. See if you can rest the head somewhere on the knee or maybe hands or blocks. Three or maybe four breaths. And we'll start to rise up. Let's unwind the legs. And we're going to come down to the back. So once you let those legs straighten out a little bit, we'll come all the way down and extend the legs forward. Take the arms, reach them behind, find length. Bring the knees into the chest, arms around the knees, a little rocking side to side. Now from here, let's take the knees apart and bring the arms to the insides of the knees or the insides of the thighs. And just for about 3 breaths, inhale and press the arms and legs into each other. And on the exhale, just press the legs down, relaxing the legs. Inhaling, engaging, arms and legs pushing in. Exhale, releasing. Once more. And exhale, release. Now from here, maybe you can grasp the big toes with the peace fingers and then open the legs out to a V formation. So you might need to keep the knees bent, or you might be able to straighten the legs. Just see how the legs are doing at this point. Keep the shoulders back and press down into the mat. And we'll take one more breath. Bend the legs, bring the knees back towards each other, rock up to seated. We're going to take a twist and a nice fold. So let's extend the left leg forward, right foot plants next to the left knee. Inhale, lift the right arm up, look upwards. Exhale, turn to the right, bring the right hand down, fingers face back. Inhale, the left arm up, look up. Exhale, left elbow outside of the knee or that upper arm outside of the thigh. Left foot is flexing. Look forward. Just take a look at the left foot and draw the chin in slightly and then begin to turn the head to the right. One more breath. Inhale, come to center. Switch legs, right leg extends, left foot plants. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, left palm down, fingers face back. Inhale, right arm up, looking upwards. Exhale, right elbow outside the left knee. Get nice and tall, and then we'll turn to the left. Flexing that right foot, the chin slightly in, and then turned. Another deep breath. And we'll come back to center. Okay, extend the left leg, bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Head to knee posture. Inhale, reach the arms up. Left foot is flexing. Exhale, fold forward. You can keep hands on the mat, shoulders distance, or bring hands to leg or foot, whatever feels right. Lift the heart on the inhale. Exhale, send the heart forward and then slightly down. Now you can keep the head slightly lifted looking past the left toes, or you can keep the neck in line with the back, but just make sure not to collapse into a rounded back. And we'll take 3 more deep breaths here. Every exhalation, folding in. I think we'll add 2 more breaths. And still 1 more breath. And I'm sneaking in a couple more, I can tell. It's good to be here. And then we'll rise. So that one's a good 10 breath hold about. So let's switch legs. Right foot flexing, left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Find that spot that you can hold the leg comfortably. And then inhaling, finding length. Exhaling, heart slightly forward and lowering. And we'll start to rise, nice and easy. Let's cross the ankles, sit up tall, just about ready to rest. But let's for a moment find some extension in the back. So we're going to, let's take hands behind and maybe fingertips on the mat. Just squeeze the shoulders back and lift the heart. A little flexion. and then come to neutral spine. So we're going to work with the neck a little bit, but what we'll do is take hands right to the upper trapezius, so the base of the neck, right where that bulging muscle is, and just put some pressure on it. So we're going to do a little bit of self-massage there. So with strong fingers, just press right in and move around. Now this might be hard to do if you are not flexible enough to take hands right to the same side. So you can cross to the other side and just put a few circles in, little pressure. And releasing the fingers, you can move them around. Okay, let's take hands in towards the armpits or towards the shoulders, thumbs behind the shoulders if possible, but just bring these hands in. And then we're going to circle the elbows, big circles. Let the elbows come closer together and apart. And then we'll take them the other way. Now we'll let the shoulders come together and then out to the sides as you would take the head back. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Draw the elbows back in. You can lower the head. Inhale, shoulders back, elbows back. Exhale. A couple more of these. And releasing the hands. Let's just take a tilt with the head. So we'll lift the right ear upwards. Roll this right shoulder a couple times and then keep it down. A couple breaths here. Softening the face. And we'll bring the head to center. Tilt the head to the right, so the left ear rises up, stretching left ear upwards. Roll the left shoulder. And then settle it down. A couple deep breaths. And inhale, bring the head back to center. Just give the head a little bit of movement, circles or shaking out. And then a nice big sigh out through the mouth. Let's rest. So come all the way down to your back. And if you'd like, you can rest the same way that we started our practice, or you can just come right into a flat back on the mat, the feet spread away from each other, legs straight, arms spread away from the trunk, palms up. And we'll release any control of the breath and just let the body breathe now, doing its own work without your effort. Come back to that silent observer, the one that was aware as you were practicing. It was aware as you were feeling sensation in the physical body, aware of your breathing. And like a spotlight, bring your attention to the legs and let the legs relax. Bring your attention to the arms and let the arms relax. Take that spotlight to the trunk. Let the trunk relax. And let that spotlight move to the head. Let the head relax. And take the spotlight to the left eye. Let it relax. Now to the right eye. Let the right eye relax. Shine the spotlight on both eyes. Both eyes relaxing even more. Take the spotlight to the mouth. Relaxing the mouth. Take the spotlight to the left cheek and relax. The right cheek and relax. And let that spotlight shine on all the facial features, which can now all relax, soften. The whole body soft as you relax and rest completely. Become aware once again of that silent observer, and with that, notice the breath, notice the body again. Let the breath deepen. Move the hands, move the feet. Maybe a nice stretch, arms behind, toes pointing forward. And then we'll bring the knees in, arms around the knees, rocking side to side. Roll to one side. And then when you're ready, press your way up to seated. Sitting tall. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste.